We're under 8 minutes to play in the first half as Northwest will take possession, but just can't get anything going offensively if you're Northwest. Itawamba's had some opportunities.
We do apologize as the camera will black out every once in a while on us. Something about that connection between the HDMI converter. That ball out of bounds, and it will go back to ICC.
We'll have a substitution. Brittany Sullivan, I believe, is the daughter
of Mike Sullivan, head coach of the men's soccer team.
Will replace number 6. That's Emma Godden. You mentioned we were talking before the match. 4 children, all of them 18 to 21, I believe, in college.
Yep.
And the referee's going to actually play advantage there as the Itawamba player was taken off her feet. That's the 3rd foul whistled on Northwest, and Itawamba will have a free kick.
And once again, no picture here. We do apologize for that, as there's something up top with the camera right now. So we will continue to tell you what's going on. So it's basically a radio broadcast for those of you that are listening right now. Jaggers steps into it, pitcher's back just in time, and it goes away. Sullivan gets it back now, and the Indians will reset at midfield.
Maybe it has something to do with just the weather, the wind, or maybe figure that out at halftime. Hopefully we'll get lucky.
Yep, we'll go.
Not far away, 6.5 to play here in the first half. No stoppage time, of course. If you're a junior college soccer fan, you know that you play 45-minute halves with a 10-minute halftime.
Need money now? Get a choice.
We're just going to put it on the Choice Pawn logo as this thing just keeps kicking in and out. And the picture has just gotten really, really bright all of a sudden. So, Raphael, whatever you're doing is not working. So here come ICC across the way, over the middle. A chance here. Ferris Bradley had it. And then it's shoved out of the way. Good no call once again. Good physical play between both players. Neither one getting an advantage.
Brienne Podesky, another out-of-stater who plays defense for Northwest. You would think a lot of your out-of-staters would be your goal scorers. We've got 2 on defense. And Podesky and Angelica Justice.
Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, while I talk to Raphael. Raphael, whatever you change the pitcher setting to, it is blowing out the pitcher. Way too hot.
Once again, Itawamba back on the attack. Carolyn Riles goes cleats up. And it'll be an Itawamba throw.
We'll switch it back to the camera view now. 0-0, still your score. 5 minutes to play until halftime. I'm Adam Gore. The other guy talking here has been Kevin Maloney, the SID at Northwest. As there's a scramble for it. And still just bouncing around, and now Northwest gets possession.
There comes Taylor Grant with Kelly Carter. 2 on 4 there and looking for some help. Has to lay it off back to do.
Tries to go ahead, nobody really there.
I'm really interested to see the halftime adjustments for both teams, the way this first half has gone, because it's been a lot of lost possession.
That's good right there, Raphael, on that pitcher color.
No one is really, one goal may win this thing, Adam, the way this thing's going.
Indians with a player down on the far side of the pitch.
He says stop the clock.
Clock will stop with 4:08 to play here. And you're going to probably see that a lot today, Kevin. Hotter than normal temperatures this afternoon. It looks like it is going to be Grace Valley across the way, and the way she's bending that toe back, probably a cramp.
Looks like we'll have someone set to come in. Brooke Younger.
Let's take a quick timeout here. A word from Renaissance Bank. Back with more right after this.
You could say it's about the clubs. You could say it's about the ball. You could even say it's about the course or the weather. But what it really comes down to is consistency and hard work. Over and over and over again. At Renaissance, we understand consistency. We understand hard work. Most importantly, we understand you. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
I got a great deal on pizza.
He went to Little Caesars and got an extra most bestest with the most cheese and pepperoni for just $6.
I got a terrible deal on pizza.
Give me that.
Get the most cheese and most pepperoni at the nation's best price. Little Caesars $6 extra most bestest.
Pizza.
My burger goes best with mustard.
Ketchup and mustard.
Grass-fed beef.
No, corn-fed.
On the grill.
Now, flat top.
Iceberg lettuce.
Nah, arugula. Jalapeno.
No way. Avocado, dude.
Medium rare. Gotta be well done. Brioche.
Sesame seeds.
American cheese.
Cheddar.
Can I have a turkey burger? What? Turkeys are for Thanksgiving, man. I like my burger with the Coke.
I'll agree to that.
Strictly with a Coke.
Only with the Coke.
Coke and a burger. Come on.
All right.
That's where you get the flavor.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Good to see Grace walking off on her own power there. As we said, it looked like leg cramps. As we said, a hot and humid day like today would not take a whole lot to have to come up with some of those leg cramps there.
Neither team had possession, so they just did a drop ball right there in midfield. Under 4 to play here in the first half. No score.
Sullivan drops this one off. This is going to be Audrey Wilson. Wilson with it now. Drifting traffic tells Bradley to go ahead, but instead it's going to be Sullivan with it. Sullivan tries to get the touch on the cross now. Fires it across the middle. Broken up nicely that time by Northwest. So ICC will get it and reset now. Remind you to stay tuned at halftime. We'll have the ICC All-American Band performance from the Northwest game.
Oh, okay.
Coming
Great.
your way here.
We can't get away from the loss. Thanks.
And we'll also...
It's like rewatching the Florida-Tennessee game. I was working the Tennessee game this weekend in football, and in the entire stadium in the press area, they kept replaying the play in Tennessee's press box. I was like, what are you doing?
I would say that's just a glutton for punishment.
So now you're going to make me watch a band performance from when we got worked over here
I'll tell you
weeks
what,
ago.
I'll tell you what, before we do that, then we'll listen to an interview from Devin Hollis about winning Player
great.
of the Week for a career night in tackles against Northwest to earn MACJC Defensive Player of the Week.
And, you know, I'll tell you this. There's a lot of people who pad stats, and I'm honestly not one of them. I really tried to be as objective as possible, and those were a legit 18 tackles.
Yeah.
Him, and I believe it's number 3 for you guys, or number 5. 3
David
or 5.
Little, our
David
defense
Little,
back,
yeah. He had
number
about
3.
5 breakups in that game that were huge. But what a great game, great crowd.
Yeah.
I just like when these two teams, it doesn't matter what sport, like you mentioned, it's always just exciting. And this is basically our truest rival in the division. I mean, we don't, Oklahoma's 50 minutes away, but they don't have all the sports we have. So when it comes down to like playing Itawamba or Northeast, that's probably the closest thing we have. And that's going to be a handball. Northwest will take possession right around midfield, 2 minutes to play.
0-0 your score. Beautiful afternoon here in Fulton. Remind you the guys game be coming your way next after the conclusion of the women's match here. Ferris Bradley steps in front of that one. Ricochets forward to Audrey Wilson. Then a pair of Lady Rangers come up and get it back for Northwest. Once again, we apologize for the camera difficulties. That ball goes ahead. And it's going to be taken by the keeper here, and she's going to scoop it up and have a toss or a kick here. 1.5 minutes to go until halftime.
Looks like both teams are pretty content to go into halftime.
Trying to make some
Scoreless
adjustments.
draw. Yeah, absolutely. Both teams.
And I'm going to climb up top. Raphael, I'm going to come up top with you and try to figure out what's going on with this camera. This is the worst I've ever seen it blacking out like this. So we do apologize with no pitcher here.
Yeah, now under 1 minute to play in the first half. Give you some halftime numbers, I guess, right before we go off the air here.
Be part of our Little Caesars halftime report. Some Sonic stats coming your way from Kevin. Inside 1 minute now. We'll leave it back to Jaggers as she's going to send it out wide. This is Savannah Courtright. Courtright pokes it forward. Yanos with it. Trying to work across the middle of the field. Looked ahead. Good idea for Ferris Bradley. Just a little bit behind her that time.
Just have not been able to keep possession. Just a lot of kicks going to no one.
And there's 2 exhausted teams on the field right now as we're inside 15 seconds to go until halftime.
That was Younger, I believe, with the attempt there on goal. And clock winds down at 5 seconds. Horn is about to go off, and we'll be scoreless at the half here in Fulton.
And that'll do it. Halftime here in Fulton. 0-0 your score here at halftime. Let's take a break. Hear a word from Little Caesars and Sonic, and come back with your first half stats presented by Sonic, as we'll be back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com.
I got a great deal on pizza.
You went to Little Caesars and got an extra most bestest with the most cheese and pepperoni for just $6.
I got a terrible deal on pizza.
Give me that.
Get the most cheese and most pepperoni at the nation's best price. Little Caesars $6 extra most bestest.
Pizza, pizza.
All right, we're back with one of the best dunkers in basketball. His name is Zach Levine.
Thank you guys for having me.
All right, enough with the jibber jab. Let's roll Zach's top 10 dunks. Okay. Oh, look at that.
Hachi, chachi, donkey, rini.
Guys, these aren't my dunks. These are sandwiches.
Welcome to our house. That's right. We live here.
You live here with the sandwiches?
No, I have a home and a wife and a child. I live here with the sandwiches.
Try the new Dunked Ultimate Chicken Sandwich in 3 bold flavors and get half-price shakes and ice cream slushes after 8 p.m. This is how you Sonic.
And welcome back. We do want to remind you, get the Sonic app. As you see there, if you download the Sonic app, you can get a free slush. The Sonic here in Fulton, proud to sponsor ICC Athletics. We have some Sonic stats here in your first half. Kevin Maloney, the SID at Northwest, doing a great job as always with those stats.
First half stats, pretty neck and neck, to be honest with you, on most things, except for in the shot column. 7-2 in favor of Itawamba. 6 different players have fired off a shot for the Lady Indians. For Northwest, just 2 shots. One of those on goal. That was Mary Catherine Hutchins in the game's early going. 7 saves for Liv Nault. Foul count 6-4 in favor of Itawamba. Both teams looking for that 6th win of the year, that 3rd division win, but this game's going to be all about halftime adjustments. Who will make the adjustments? We talked about as far as controlling pace of play in the first half, and I thought that it was more in Itawamba's favor. Obviously, offensively, they were able to get to the net a lot more, but who's going to come out? Because I think that first goal, if anybody comes out and scores one in the first 10, 15 minutes, may win that thing at 1-0.
Absolutely. Let's take a listen to the ICC All-American Band, part of the Little Caesars halftime show. 0-0 ICC and Northwest. Back with more right after this.
continues this evening with our Indianette feature, Carlos Santana's Smooth. Reporting on with this percussion feature, Gloria Estefan's 1985 hit tune, Conga. Also featured on trumpet are Lydia Short of Pontotoc, Brandon York of Amory, Danielle Creighton from Tupelo, Jenna Harris, Mantachi, Armando Quinones from Pontotoc, Daniel Torres from Tupelo, Holly Jones, Pontotoc, and Michael Collins from South Pontotoc.
great deal on pizza.
Even to Little Caesars and got an extra most bestest with the most cheese and pepperoni for just $6.
I got a terrible deal on pizza.
Give me that.
Get the most cheese and most pepperoni at the nation's best price. Little Caesars $6 extra most bestest.
Pizza, pizza.
New goalie.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we're getting set to start the second half of play. New goalie in the match for ICC, as Kevin pointed out there, not realizing he was on the air, is Haley McGill for the Lady Indians.
Oh, you did mention that both teams are prone to switching goalies. Northwest will come back with Liv Nault, but a clean first half for Mary Kate Grayson. She just picked up one save with just 2 Northwest shots on goal.
So it looks like it'll be ICC ball to start the second half. ICC's keeper. Now this could play a factor late in this contest. ICC's keeper will have her back to the sun, and Northwest keeper will be looking into the sun for anything that's shot from the bottom of your screen here on letsgoicctv.com. So ICC will have possession to start the second half here. 0-0 is your score.
Inamamba moving left to right, Northwest right to left. And we'll see the halftime adjustments. I think you'll know in the first 5-10 minutes of this second half who is going to be superior in this match.
So ICC tried to go on the attack there. Northwest once again played it nicely defensively. And that time just a deflection off the referee at midfield. Deanna Christie with it, crosses over the defender. Christie with an opportunity here, going inside, but muscled away. No, gets it back one more time and tried to get a foot on it, but a smart play that time by the keeper to come up and make the stop. A lot of contact there inside the box. And once again, good no call by the referee.
Great crossover by Christie right there, but also great defense from Justice getting back and to not foul in the box and get a PK.
So now here comes the Lady Rangers on their side of the pitch, trying to get something going, but there's Bethencourt who just simply runs in front of that one and takes it away. Clears it back. Rangers keep possession now. ICC gets it. That was Wilson with it. Now ICC reversing field. This is Bertelsen. Drops it back over the middle to Meadows. Meadows trying to take him one-on-one, going in between defenders. Sends it ahead, trying to go to the backside, and just a little miscommunication that time. Was looking for maybe Bethencourt to cut towards the goal, and she stayed put, and an easy just stop that time, not a save. For the Rangers, or Lady Rangers, I should say. 50-50 ball going to midfield. Bounces, and Jaggers drops that one off to Richardson on the far side of the pitch. We can hear a little bit of the dings in the backfield, the ICC baseball team.
Oh, I just noticed the new fence.
Yes.
Okay.
That was added last year, but painted.
That's what it is. Okay.
Yep. Still got a few more things they're going to do to it to paint it out.
I've always liked the backdrop there in the outfield with the trees. And Northwest used to have those pine trees all around until we added lights, and there's only a few of them left, but it is one of my favorite places to play at night over there at Crescent Field, I believe.
Yep.
Roy Crescent Field.
Look at you.
I should know by now. Everybody, since I've been here 8 years now, I should know what everybody has.
Well, we have been here 8 years.
Yes.
Time flies. As Rangers try to send this one ahead, it's going to go out of bounds. They're actually going to say off of ICC, so it'll be Northwest ball.
And is he going to get overturned by the center ref here? Looks like they're discussing it, and the center ref will say it's Northwest ball.
Because it looked like the ref on the far side said it was off the chest or stomach area of an ICC player.
You very randomly see the center call off the side judge, but side judge, this is deep territory for Northwest.
Chance to make it dangerous here. Wilson trying to get in there and clear it out. And there is going to be a foul here whistled on Northwest. I'll tell you what, that's one thing Audrey Wilson does well. She's going to root you out of a position for the ball And a lot of times she's so big and physical. Well, I shouldn't say big, but she's physical enough to get out there and just kind of frustrate a player that they do kind of just reach in there, grab her, and try to just to muscle her up and exchange the power. Coming up on 41 minutes to play. Scoreless here in Fulton. A big-time division matchup here between ICC and Northwest. Wilson comes up, dribbling her way through traffic, sends it ahead, and just too far. As Christie was charging in that time, if that one needed a little bit of a sand wedge-like spin to come back to Christie, is just could not quite lob it in tall enough. Wilson puts a head on that 50-50 ball, and the Rangers come away with it. Northwest now wanting to go on the attack, but stepped in front of it that time by Savannah Courtright. But the Rangers get it back. Trying to swing it out wide. Looking for the cross, nothing there.
Not a very good touch there with the left foot by Snyder. Northwest, not many of those opportunities in the first half. Can't just give them away there when you get in the box like that.
So that's going to go out of bounds, and ICC will have it back. We do want to thank those that are watching here on Let'sGoICCTV.com. Remind you can follow us on Twitter at Let's Go ICC, or for the Northwest faithful out there at NWCC_Rangers. It's the ball going across field. Maya Richardson kind of just jogging to it, and Northwest took advantage. Tried to cross it over. Wilson steps in front of it. Now is going to clear it back.
Something you don't see a lot. And here we are 55 minutes in this match. No corner kicks in this game so far. The closest one we had was a foul by the flag, but it just shows you the lack of true offense in the match so far. Not a single corner kick.
So now the Rangers get it back. They're going to try to send it ahead, and that one, it's always deceiving looking across the field because it has a sharper drop on the far side. As this one ahead, a chance here. Goes tall, but too tall.
Wide open look for Caitlin Dew, and she sails it high over the crossbar.
And look for that top shelf shot there. Just too tall, and we remain scoreless, 0-0.
1-on-1 right there with the keeper.
One of the best opportunities that the Lady Rangers have had this afternoon. 38 minutes and 45 seconds to go. This is out of bounds back to Northwest. Kevin's going to be interesting to see who just can find a way to win this thing.
Now remember the matchup here last year was another very late scoring a win, I believe, for Northwest in the last 5-6 minutes, and it's just that first goal is going to be so pivotal if there is a goal at this rate.
So that one goes out of bounds, and now you're starting to see a little bit of momentum shift the way of Northwest. Looking to toss this one in a little too strong. Courtright's going to let it roll back, and that's going to be Jaggers to let it roll out of bounds, and it'll be a goal kick coming up here for ICC. Looks like we got some substitutions coming into this opportunity.
It's going to be number 6. That's Emma Godden checking in for Audrey Wilson.
Wilson's come in and provided some quality minutes for ICC. I like to call her that kind of enforcer type player because she's not afraid to mix it up with anybody and get out there and see if they can win some possessions for ICC. So Northwest looks like they're coming up and applying a little bit more pressure defensively. If the Indians can get something over the top, Mike can make it dangerous here. Bethencourt sends it ahead. Here's Deanna Christie wanting to work one-on-one. Now drops it back across the middle to Mallory Scott. Scott, oh no, is pushed down. No, wow, no foul. And ahead they go in a break for Northwest.
It was bang play.
Yeah,
extended the arm there.
The hesitation says enough, Kevin. You are a Northwest guy. I understand. So a break there for the Lady Rangers. Boy, could have been huge in this match for something like that. A PK to be called in that situation, but it was not. So now here comes Northwest on the other end. And there's Maya Richardson stepping in front of that one. Good job by Richardson to force that one back out and allow the defense to reset here for ICC. Tries to send it ahead, out wide, nobody there.
Yeah, two Lady Rangers in the same vicinity. Villatoro and Snyder side by side there. Didn't get a good look.
And McGill just did not get the best foot into that kick there, and Northwest gets it back. Trying to go out wide with it. 36 minutes to play in regulation. Sends it ahead. Courtwright comes up and blocks that one out. And now this is going to be Sullivan. Sullivan sends it up ahead to Mallory Scott. Scott trying to force it up the pitch. Nicely deflected that time. And now here comes a scramble for it. The Rangers get it again. Back and forth we go in this one. 0-0 your score, 35 minutes and 30 seconds. Sends this one ahead, and smart play that time by Haley McGill to make the decision to quickly come up on that one as Northwest had a player closing in a hurry. That ball's going to go out of bounds, and it will go back to ICC.
Carolyn Riles that time trying to pass it off to Hoover right in front of the net, and just a little bit wide off the left foot. It's about 2-3 feet to the right. You got a wide open Landon Hoover, but once you said, nice job by McGill to come up and snatch that one before we even had a shot opportunity. You can start seeing the intensity start to pick up a little bit with both teams, you know, understanding how important this win is in division play. And one thing I hate about soccer, Adam, more than anything is ties.
Yes.
I wish they would do away with ties. You said when you play for 90 minutes.
You play to win.
Play to win, or at least go to PKs. They only go to PKs in the postseason, but I wish they would change that and do that in the regular season. And I think a lot of people would be for that, especially like when you make some of these long road trips in non-conference games. Like we went to, you know, I said we went to Gulf Coast on Friday. Let's just say that ends in a 1-1 tie. That's a 4.5-hour bus trip. That's leaving at 6:30 in the morning, getting home at midnight for a tie. No thanks.
I'm with you 100% on that one. Pair of substitutions into the match here for ICC. Alex Stevens checks in.
And also Morgan Dennis back in, replaced Sullivan.
Morgan Dennis, a all-state selection last year as a freshman. Tossing in, this is Deanna Christie with it. Leaves it back over the middle. ICC trying to swing it wide. It's got an opportunity here to Bethencourt. Out on the wing. Bethencourt controls, now fires it. And it was blocked up that time by Northwest. Bethencourt gets it back, and the Rangers are just going to clear that one out. Nicely done by Northwest. Just get in there, get scrappy, and just make it difficult. Take away any lanes that time for ICC for an easy goal.
It's Madison Thrasher getting ahead on it and clearing it out. But I'll tell you, Itawamba the last few minutes, Deanna Christie and Cynthia Bettencourt have gotten and weaved around the Ranger defense and gotten some good opportunities.
Lobbing that one in. Once again cleared out by Northwest, but Bethencourt gets it back. And the Rangers, though, take it away. Try to send it out wide, and the Rangers get it right back. Nicely done by Northwest. Scott nearly stepped in front of that one, but then there's Morgan Dennis taking it away. Dennis tries the cross, and just too far. Was looking for number 12, Gracie Bertelson that time. Good idea. Bertelson, though, just could not quite win the foot race to the ball.
Also really nice job defensively by Mackenzie Fennell to shield the offensive player to allow Liv Nault to come up and get that ball. Just little small things like that keep a game scoreless.
That's your case right now. 32 minutes and 20 seconds to play in regulation. 0-0 is the score. ICC with it. Rangers coming up, putting on some pressure, but ICC avoids it. Tries to get that one forward, like her foot kind of failed her halfway through that kick, but ICC keeps possession. This is Mallory Scott on the wing. Crossing over the defender, sends it inside that time from distance. And an easy scoop and save. So ICC starting to fill it in. Yes, 3, Mallory Scott on that attempt.
Now 9-3 in favor of ICC in the shot column. 9-3, 8-1 shots on goal. The only thing that matters in this match, Adam, is which ones find the back of the net. Doesn't matter. It could be 30-5 in the shot column, and we have seen that a lot in soccer on both sides. Team that's dominated the match statistically, and it only takes one to go in to change the whole game. That's going to be a foul on Itawamba. 12th foul of the game, 7-5. Itawamba's favor.
So this will be a free kick coming up here for Northwest. Inside 31 minutes to play now in regulation. 0-0 your score.
This will be Caitlin Dew taking it.
Sends it inside. The header, though, out wide. She could have got that on goal. That would have been dangerous, as looked like that time Haley McGill gambled and went to the backside, as that was number 12, Snyder.
Yeah, Snyder just got a head on it in traffic. I'm glad to see something go on net, to be honest with you. We haven't had a lot of effort on goal, and that was a chance there. We have a substitution for Northwest. Brienne Podesky checking in for Mackenzie Fennell. Also, Mary Catherine Hutchins will check back in for Tempest Shepard. First time Shepard has been able to take a seat. He's done really good defensively. Logged 60 minutes already. A couple of changes. Actually going to send Mary Catherine Hutchins into the midfield and put Caitlin Dew, the team's second. Or no, she doesn't have the second leading scorer, but she's one of our better offensive players. They'll move her to the back. So once again, some of the best defensive players for Northwest have been out-of-staters.
As you said, very uncommon, but hey, Rangers part of one of their best seasons they've had in a few years here, so it works. Morgan Dennis taking it up the pitch, trying to find Mallory Scott out wide, and another quick decision by the keeper. If she hesitates for a second.
And it was called offsides there.
Okay.
The flag was up, but he didn't call it. So I don't know how that, we never stopped play there, but it is an offsides.
So I guess they said no harm, no foul after the stop, and Jaggers whiffs on that one, then sends it back out wide to Courtright.
Dangerous pass there.
And now here come the Rangers. Opportunity here, swinging it out wide. Deflected, and they're going to say offside again. Well, that one hit the crossbar and went over no good on the shot, but an offside call, and back-to-back scoring opportunities would have been negated for ICC if they found the back of the net after offside was called, and that one negated that one there for the Rangers as well.
Some interesting decisions by the goalkeeper McGill there, just basically handing possession back to Northwest deep in their own territory.
And ICC is going to clear this one out, just basically tried to save themselves defensively. Now here come Northwest. Poor touch that time, and it goes out of bounds. Neither team right now just looking too sharp. You got to think, Kevin, conditioning could be a long-term factor in this one. Hotter than normal day than we're used to seeing, especially this time of year, and you're starting to see a lot of the players kind of grabbing at their knees later on in this contest as we progress throughout the afternoon. 27 minutes and 58 seconds to play in this one, as it could come down to just who's in better shape or who can get a break late to win this one.
Yeah, the entire field is sunlight.
Yeah.
And everything around the field is shade.
So Richardson will toss this one in, and the toss taken away by Northwest. And ICC hustle back, and then they just give it back to the Rangers, and the Rangers give it back to the Indians. Mallory Scott with it, trying to go ahead. Ball ricocheted around, and Northwest will take the possession. Well, ICC dominated the time of possession early. Now it's starting to shift back in favor of Northwest.
And this will be the first corner kick of the match for Northwest, for either team, and it'll be for Northwest.
So it'll be a dangerous opportunity coming here for Northwest. Nobody really in a hurry. Now they do come up. That's one of those that could work in your favor, could work against your favor. And taking your time to get it in a scoreless contest. So a corner opportunity coming up here for Northwest. 26 and a half minutes to play in regulation. Cannot pick up the number of the young lady that's about to send this one in.
It is Caitlin Dew, 22.
Sends it, and it is headed towards the goal, but sent out wide. Maya Richardson will clear it out, and the Rangers will keep possession. And that one taken away. Morgan Dennis with it now. Tried to send it ahead, but really nobody there for ICC, as that was Meadows just trying to hustle to it that time. And Northwest just sends it quickly down the pitch, just trying to see if they can get somebody to beat them downfield, and so that can be offside again on Northwest.
Yeah, that long ball in from Justice, we never got back onside, so
Yeah.
basically the first time that we touched the ball, the flag was going to go up.
So ICC sends that one ahead. Northwest steps in front of it. ICC gets it back. Morgan Dennis with it now. Tries to reverse the side of the field. This is Emma Godden. Sends it ahead to Bertelson. Bertelson trying to send it across the middle. Broken up nicely that time by Northwest. And the ball's going to go out of bounds, and they're going to say it belongs to ICC. And substitutions getting set to come into the contest. Pair of subs coming in for ICC. This will be number 10, Allie Barnett, and number 7, Francisca Yayenos. It'll be Deanna Christie and Addison Meadows checking out of the contest. So ICC with it, tries to send it in. Poor touch, and the Rangers clear it out. Now at midfield where Northwest has it.
Well, Adam, we have we have been a better second half team this year, and it has really showed. We've only allowed 4 goals in the second half in 7 matches, and we've scored 9 of our 13 in the second half, and just much more aggressive the last 45 minutes.
So that ball goes out of bounds. It'll be a toss in here for Northwest. Nobody there for ICC, and Alex Stevens rushes up to it, and then Northwest just loses possession. Mallory Scott with it now. Scott taken down. And so they'll stop it here, and it's like Jaggers will step into this one. Coming up on 23 and a half minutes to play. Sends it out wide. Now back across the middle, this is Godden with it. Emma tries to send it ahead. Foot race to the ball here, and that's going to be out of bounds, and it should be a corner kick. Yes, it will be. A corner kick coming up here for ICC.
First of the game for Liddy Indians.
So an opportunity here for ICC. I believe this will be Mallory Scott to send it in from the corner. Yes, it will. A helpful fan from ICC running out and giving Mallory a drink of water. So Mallory will survey the defense first before she gets ready to put a foot into this corner kick. Corner on its way. In the middle. And just too much traffic there trying the backdoor pass, and it was cleared out that time by Northwest. Good job that time. It looked like it was Bethencourt getting ready to size up a kick in traffic that time, but the Rangers just made it difficult. So Northwest with it. Sends it across the middle. Fires, and no. Good idea, but another nice save there by Northwest. And we stay scoreless with 22 minutes and 25 seconds to go here. Quickly ahead. And this shot from distance wide and high.
I'm okay with that, Adam, because, you know, the counterattack there, wouldn't have minded one more touch, but I'm okay with that. You know, it's only the 5th shot for Northwest today, only 1 on goal. You can't score if you don't shoot at the goal.
This is true. Inside 22 minutes to play here in regulation. ICC Northwest, 0-0. We do thank those that are tuning in here on Let'sGoICCTV.com, the red channel. It all depends on how much data is left on my card if we will broadcast Wednesday's matches against Pearl River. And then, of course, our next broadcast for sure will be Thursday night with ICC football coming your way here on Let'sGoICCTV.com and FM 95 Sports. That game will be Military Appreciation Night as well. So for any of those current or former members of the military and their family, get free admission to the football game on Friday night, as well as being invited to participate in a special halftime ceremony to honor the men and women that help make this country great. And that is good for also people from Pearl River. If they would like to come in and participate in that, you'll also get free admission to the game as well. So Northwest with it. Swing it around, and ICC takes it away. That's Mallory Scott. A little give and go action there. Scott, though, had it taken away. Northwest getting aggressive defensively. Coming up is number 17, Justice. Justice fires wide. A little deceiving there, isn't it, Kevin?
It is. It looks a lot closer. It's probably about 5 feet.
Yeah.
Right there.
Coming up on 20 minutes of play now in the second half. 0-0 your score. Northwest, though, finding a little bit more aggression on trying to attack the goal here. We're going to have another substitution, pair of subs coming in here for Northwest.
It's really delaying the game. Okay, that's the only sub we're going to have. That don't usually see officials that make you come completely off the field. Just kind of delays play.
So McGill will kick this one up to Dennis. Dennis controls. Swings it out wide. I believe that's Bethencourt. Yes, it is. Bethencourt getting the business. And a foul is called on Northwest. A little delay on the call.
Man.
We've seen a lot more contact on both teams. And that one, first time we've seen one of those called in a while. Indians try to swing it out wide. Taken away by Northwest.
Wide open down here is Addison.
And it's going to be a foot race here. Jaggers trying to get to it and does, and clears it out and allows the defense to reset. 19 minutes to play here in the second half. 0-0 your score.
Maisie Cooper will check in for Carolyn Riles. Also another substitution here. Gabby Villatore will check in for Angelica Justice. That's a big sub. That's an offense-defense sub there. We're trying to put some offensive players up here now to get that goal, Adam.
So now you're starting to see the gamesmanship between coaches in this match. We talked about points. Very crucial. And they're going to say ICC ball. So the Rangers will have it now. As Kevin said, Rangers looking to have a little bit more of an offensive mentality now here in the final 18 minutes of this match. 0-0 is your score. Yayanos with it. Swings it across the middle to Mallory Scott. Scott just couldn't quite get the handle on it. And Northwest takes it back. No. Loose on the pitch, and it cleared ahead, and Jaggers will control. Up the pitch they go. This is Morgan Dennis. Dennis pops it ahead. And just a mad possession that time by both teams, and the ball off the foot that time of Brooke Younger. Just took an awkward hop on her, and a break there for Northwest. So Northwest with it, tries to send it ahead. Meyer Richardson will get there and save that one. I'm going to say this, you're going to have to be pretty darn quick to beat Meyer Richardson in a foot race. And nearly lost that one out of bounds again, did ICC. Indians just need a good possession this trip to just see if they can't swing some field position, as Northwest has owned time of possession here in the latter part of the second half. Sends it ahead, nobody there for the Rangers, and it's cleared out easily that time by ICC. This is Morgan Dennis with it now, middle of the pitch. Now it's going to try to swing it out wide to Alex Stevens. Stevens looking to push. Squeezes it ahead. That's Llanos. Now Francesca sends it from way outside. That may just be one of those situations, Kevin, a little frustrated that can't really get anything going as she sent that one not on goal. And really nobody there that time for the Indians to attack the goal.
But it seems like right now a lot of subs in for both teams. And going to make some massive subs with about 8 minutes left to make one final run at it in regulation. A lot of reserves out there for both teams right now, it looks like.
So this is Bethencourt with it now, weaving her way through traffic. Surveying the defense, now drops it off to Dennis a little too far. And the Rangers clear that one back. This is Godden now coming up. Drops it off to Richardson. Richardson now dribbling ahead. Takes it to the middle of the pitch. Thought about going out wide, but nobody there. Sends it across the middle. Dangerous situation there for the Rangers, actually sending it towards the ICC goal. But it worked out as the ball's going to go out of bounds, and it will stay with ICC. Substitutions in. See number 4, Ferris Bradley, checking into the match for ICC.
It's Tempest Shepard for Northwest defensively.
So Richardson will toss this one in. Morgan Dennis waits for it, gets it, sends it back out to Barnett. Barnett just stepped into it that time and sends it towards the goal. But nothing dangerous that time for ICC. 14 minutes and 50 seconds left in regulation. 50-50 ball won that time by the Indians. Dennis with it in the middle of the pitch. Morgan sends it ahead. This is Barnett. Barnett looking to find some help from somebody, and nothing there. Kind of the lane just parted open for her that time, maybe looking for Dennis to complete the run through, but instead it results in an easy save for Northwest. Mad scramble for it now on the other side. Up the field they go, and then Godden steps in front of it. Nicely defended that time by Godden. Sends it back. Jagger's going to try to reverse the side of the field. Finds Ferris Bradley, but Ferris loses the handle on it. Sends it ahead to Northwest, and really nobody there for the Rangers as well.
It's just a lot of panic, Adam, for both teams. Like when they get the ball, try to control the ball for a minute. You always want to get rid of it so fast. Much better right here from Northwest, but then just gives the ball away, and here comes Itawamba.
Bradley with it, sends it up to Barnett. Barnett trying to foot race here, and 2 defenders from Northwest falls down. And ICC gets it, drops it off to Bradley. Bradley sends it across the middle, and no!
What a save. And how was that not offsides?
Well, I think that's what it was Llanos recognized that she was going to be offsides if the ball was sent her way, ran back, and then eventually just had to kind of lag back so she wouldn't be offsides to take away the opportunity for ICC. Boy, a big-time play there for the Rangers.
11th save of the match for Liv Naughton, none bigger than that one.
So here comes ICC now. This is Mallory Scott. Scott with it. Fires from distance, and that one's saved. Well, I'll tell you what, Kevin. Depends on what your keeper does the rest of the week. She's already got my vote for Keeper of the Week. She has been impressive this afternoon.
Yeah, 50 saves coming in. It gets her 62 now. Was in the top 15 in the country.
Yeah, Llanos with it. Had it poked out of bounds by Northwest. We'll have some more subs coming in. Yes, looks like subs coming in here for ICC. That's going to be number 11, Audrey Wilson, and number 14, Addison Meadows.
I believe they call a throw-in or a foul.
Oh, it looks like they're going to call a foul, actually. I thought it was a little physical over there, but kind of the way they've let them play today.
No, it is a throw-in. Okay.
So it is a throw-in. Never mind. So that toss in. Now Mallory Scott with it. Scott going to try to send it back across the middle to Barnett. Barnett just could not get a proper angle on that one. Credit number 7, Finley from Northwest, taking away the angle from Barnett. Richardson pokes it ahead and wide left. But you're starting to see ICC getting a few more opportunities here. They've had a couple of dangerous ones, but credit the keeper from Northwest on just negating those opportunities.
And we looked just gassed defensively right now. I mean, absolutely gassed. And there you go. You got 3 fresh subs coming in right when I say that. You can just tell the last 5-6 minutes, and they hit right back to Itawama's possession again.
Barnett trying to break free. Puts it on there, deflected off the Northwest defender. Ferris Bradley looks to step into one, back to Barnett. Barnett sends it across. No! Close, but sends it wide that time. Really thought that possible opportunity for Llanos to step in on the backside and poke that one home, but once again, having to be kind of extra self-conscious in this game not to be offsides and cost your team a goal with a mental lapse. So a tough break there for ICC. Another great scoring opportunity, just could not find a way to stick it home.
For Northwest, had to weather the storm, like I said, with the reserves in the game, and now, you know, Northwest is getting some of the starters back in with 10.5 to play. Everything you could have asked for. I mean, don't have the offense, but other than that, this is the premier match of the day, the one with the most on the line, and it has lived up to the billing so far.
So the kick is in ahead. Wilson puts a foot into it.
It's very lackadaisical right now for Northwest. Just every touch. I mean, we're giving back possession every time back to Itawamba, and got an offsides.
So 10 minutes to play in the contest. 0-0 is your score. Can somebody, either team, dig deep and find a way to stick one in the goal, as opportunities have been few and far in between for Northwest. ICC's had their great opportunities this afternoon, but some outstanding play by the keeper, Liv Nault, with 12 saves so far on the afternoon. Northwest with it, ICC making it difficult. Want to send this one down the pitch. Just clear this one out, and it should be controlled here by Justice of the Rangers, and it is.
We're just getting beat to every ball right now. Itawamba obviously has the fresher legs, it seems like. And you've had a lot more possession here in the last few minutes, and here comes your big batch of subs.
More subs in the contest here for ICC. It appears that it's going to be number 24. That's going to be Savannah Courtwright. Number 9 is going to be Morgan Dennis, and number 17, that's going to be Deanna Christie, checking into the contest here for ICC. So ICC getting some of their top players about a solid 5, maybe 8 minutes rest.
You know what's interesting to me when you watch junior college soccer? I'm not sure how it's done at the 4-year level, but it's crazy to watch at the professional level. I think you're only allotted 3 substitutions a match, I believe.
I believe you're
3,
right.
maybe 4 at the most. And, you know, in junior college, it's just unlimited subs, and we've probably had 30, 35. Think about how much more difficult it would be if you had to actually limit your subs and you can only have 3 or 4 a whole match. It'd be incredible.
Insane, I think, would be a better word to describe that. With 8:15 to play here, 0-0 is your score. Free kick opportunity coming up here to be taken by Angelica Justice. Justice sends this one ahead. In the square, in the box. Still a scramble for it right now, and the Rangers going to poke it back out and kind of keep possession. So we'll see what Northwest can get going here. ICC, though, steps in front of it and takes it away. Morgan Dennis with it now. Swings it out wide. This is Llanos with it. A little struggle with the ball keeping up with her that time. It's almost like the ball was flat.
Northwest has numbers.
Hey, swing it out wide on the wing. Jaggers trying to get out there and break that one up. And she does, and it'll be a corner opportunity coming up here for the Rangers.
I don't know what happened there, but we had numbers there. It was 5-on-3, and a good job by the defender just to knock it out and let the defense get back. Under 7 to play.
That will be the corner opportunity coming up here. Number 22, Dew, will step into this corner opportunity here for Northwest. Northwest just has everybody lined up top. Then they break. Sends it ahead. Header is out, and it'll be a goal kick. Did not know who really was able to get ahead on that
And
one.
that was 11. Taylor Williams.
So ICC will hurry up with the kick here. Savannah Courtright will be with it. Sends it ahead. That's Barnett. Barnett tries to poke it forward, but taken away by Northwest. 6:15 to play. 0-0 is your score. And that should be ICC ball. Yes, it is. Remind you that if we do have to go to overtime, it'll be a 10-minute period, golden goal.
2 of them.
Yeah, so if you don't score in the first one, then you go to the second one. If you don't score in the second one, then you go home with a tie. So 6 minutes of play here in regulation. 0-0 is your score. ICC with it. This is Dennis. Sends it ahead to number 14, Meadows. Meadows directing traffic from the middle of the field. Crosses over the defender. Crosses it across the middle, looking for Barnett. Was sent it behind her, in Northwest will simply clear that one out of bounds. Probably opportunity for Northwest. You could have just let that one settle.
Yeah, I just gave it up. Possession right there was Fennell. We had 2 in the area, and only one Itawamba player could have held possession there for a minute. Also, maybe one of those things, just trying to catch your breath a little bit.
Deanna Christie with it now. Tries to send it back across the middle. Not sure who she was going to that time. And Northwest takes it away. But there's Audrey Wilson. We talked about it. Audrey not afraid of contact. And she will get physical and take the ball away from you. And that's what she did there. Boy, you're starting to see a lot of players wearing blue and white just exhausted right now. Unseasonable light temperatures this afternoon in the high 80s, maybe even clipping the 90s. No clouds in sight. Wilson puts a left foot into that one and nearly off the deflection of Liv Nault that time. Nault had to go to the turf and secure it after she scoops it up the first time. The save, her 13th of the match. 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Still no score between ICC and Northwest in this pivotal North Division match, especially when it comes to positioning in the playoffs, and still with the opportunity to kind of stay alive for a chase at the North Division crown. You said this will wrap up the first half of North Division play. Each team plays everybody twice.
And there's an opportunity with Snyder.
And Jaggers steps in front of that one, sends it back. Northwest will try to reset. Broken up that time by Barnett. Sends it across the middle, and Morgan Dennis steps in front of that one easily. Drops it off to Courtright. Courtright over to Jaggers. Jaggers going to leave it back to the keeper, and
dangerous.
She's just going to send that one out of bounds, as I guess ICC kind of fell asleep that time, and luckily for ICC, McGill just had the wherewithal to quickly put a foot in that one and just get it out of the box. Toss in by Northwest. ICC with it. Yayanos across the way. And it's going to be out of bounds. Wow. To Northwest. Like that was clearly off the foot of the Northwest defender that time, and that's going to be a foul. Whistled here on Jaggers.
Under 3 to play, and once again, Northwest just outside the box. This is almost treated as a corner kick. She's probably, I don't know, 8 to 10 feet to the left of the flag, maybe a little bit more, about 15 feet. She can put one in the vicinity. We don't have any really tall, real tall offensive players, but look for it to get on the head of number 11 somehow, Taylor Williams.
And that was a flop. As this sent high and almost in. Still batted around, still being batted around, and McGill comes in and makes the save. That was a dangerous skying kick that last time that McGill thought would go over the goal, had to adjust quickly to block it. Ball was inside the box.
And that was Thrasher just trying to get the ball to the goal, and then the ball's just standing there. Of course, the defenders can't touch it or they can't pick it up.
ICC with it now. Christie trying to get to it. And she is tackled. Oh, second time. ICC fans will be a little upset that no call on that one. That Deanna Christie was coming up on it and was knocked down by the keeper that time. I got to say, Strother has a pretty legit argument on that one as well. So a corner opportunity coming up here for ICC. Sending it high, being batted around, and Northwest will clear it out. 1 minute, 22 seconds left. Northwest with it now. Opportunity here with numbers for Northwest. But great play by Savannah Courtright, takes it away.
Everybody is just exhausted, Adam. You can tell nobody has anything left in the tank. 1 minute to play now.
So that ball goes out of bounds. Northwest quickly rushes it back into play. Just trying to find anything going towards the goal. Inside a minute. And it's going to be a loose ball. Meadows thought she was going to kick it out of bounds and actually kept it in bounds. Now 45 seconds. Meadows sends it ahead. This is just going to be a race to it here. And it's going to be out of bounds. 34 seconds. Can the Indians rush something in here? 30 seconds. Meadows will toss this one in. It's going to be Morgan Dennis with it now. Dennis had it cleared out. 15 seconds. Audrey Wilson trying to get open and greatly defended that time. Now Courtright just with it. ICC just being patient. Now they look like they're going to play for overtime. 8 seconds. Can Llanos get off a shot? She is tackled with 1.4 seconds to play. High drama here in Fulton. 1.4 seconds to play.
How about me on the clock?
I got to give you credit for that, Kevin. I've got to give you credit for that. As soon as the official threw up the X, you stopped it with 1.4. That's a Northwest guy running the clock here in Fulton. So,
wait, did he give a card? He gave a card there. Gave a card there on that foul. I was wondering what he's writing in his book, but wow. All right.
All right.
First card of the year for Northwest.
And so this will be a kick coming up with 1.4 seconds. 0-0 is the score. Llanos goes high and long, and we're going to have overtime. 90 minutes was not enough. We're going to take a break and come back with the first of 2 possible overtimes here in Fulton. Back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com.
Ever since you got that license, you haven't stopped moving forward. Now that you're older and on the move, you need a safer place to keep your money. We get it. A student checking account frees you up with things like mobile check deposit to take care of that check from grandma without having to stop at a bank. Pay with your phone when you're out with friends. And stop worrying about ATM fees. We'll pay you back for those. Worry about your future, not your money. And know that we'll stick with you wherever you go. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC.
At Food Giant, serving you is our #1 priority. We offer the freshest produce, highest quality meats, tasty baked goods, and the best meats and cheeses in our deli department. Check out this week's specials.
Fresh cut bone-in beef, ribeye steaks, $6.98 per pound. Green seedless grapes, 99 cents per pound. And best choice oil, just $1.98.
At Food Giant, you'll always find a staff member eager to help you find exactly what you need. Freshness, variety, value. Shop Food Giant today with several locations in North Mississippi.
All right, we're back with one of the best dunkers in basketball. His name is Zach Levine.
Thank you guys for having me.
All right, enough with the jibber jab. Let's roll Zach's top 10 dunks.
Okay. Oh, look at that.
Hachi, chachi, dunky, reenie.
Guys, these aren't my dunks. These are sandwiches.
Welcome to our house.
That's
Zach.
right. We live here.
You live here with the sandwiches?
No, I have a home and a wife and a child.
I live here with the sandwiches.
Try the new Dunked Ultimate Chicken Sandwich in 3 bold flavors and get half-price shakes and ice cream slushes after 8 p.m. This is how you Sonic.
Best pizza, New York style.
No way, Chicago deep dish.
Nah, white pie.
Half veggies, half meat. Just cheese.
No, pepperoni. Extra crunchy.
Truly. Has to be gluten-free.
Pop it with arugula.
No, basil.
Eggplant. Dude, really? That's not pizza. Come on. Pizza.
And a Coke.
You got that right. 2 Cokes, please.
My pizza goes best with a Coke.
An ice cold Coke.
only with a Coke.
Need money now? Get a Choice Pawn loan on things you already own, like guns, boats, campers, trailers, recreational vehicles, and just about everything else. Get a loan from Choice Pawn in Fulton and Tupelo. Get cash today. ChoicePawn.com.
From the moment they were young, you cheered them on. You defended them and you encouraged them. Why? Because as a child's parent, you are their greatest influence. You always wanted them to be better, accomplish more, and make a difference. We want that too. At Itawamba Community College, we give them the opportunity to live a life above the bar.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we get set to head to overtime. ICC and Northwest, two very good teams. And it just going to take more than 90 minutes to figure out who wants to win this one. Kevin, as we talked about, a lot on the line here in this the first of two matchups between these two squads. I know you got some Sonic stats there in front of you.
The dreaded overtime, Adam.
Yes.
The thing we talked about in the early going, we did not want to have Northwest much more aggressive offensive in the second half. 7 shots in the second half for Itawamba. Itawamba has 10, so 10-7. Overall, 17-9 Itawamba in the shot column. 13 saves for Liv Nault. I believe she had a 16 save performance earlier this year. Only 1 card in the game. 17 combined fouls. A pair of corners apiece and 3 offsides for Itawamba. 2 for Northwest. The second half, though, we kind of saw it all. We saw a nice little period there, about 6 minutes, where it was all Northwest offensively. And then right there until like the last 2 minutes, it was all Itawamba. Northwest had a chance here with Madison Thrasher. And then Landon Hoover in front of the goal. 2 huge saves by 31 Haley McGill to keep it a scoreless game and force overtime. So now golden goal will do it.
McGill will stay in net here for the Indians in the first of 2 possible overtimes. And looks like it will continue to be Liv Nault in net for the Lady Rangers here. Rightfully so. She has been lights out, as Kevin mentioned there, part of those Sonic stats so far in the contest. Well, ICC will be moving right to left. Northwest will be in the blue tops, red shorts, moving left to right.
This is also something I don't understand. When you get into overtime, why do you flip? Why do you not stay where you are? I can understand the second overtime flipping, but it's always curious to me. And maybe, I guess we did have the coin toss. There was a different captain's meeting, so that may explain that. And very smart for Itawamba to choose on the kickoff which side to defend.
And so ICC will have it to start the first overtime. Scoreless, 0-0 here between ICC and Northwest in the first of 2 possible overtime. 10-minute period here in overtime, as Kevin alluded to, and we'll talk about it here. First team to score wins, so they call it golden gold. A lot of people know it as sudden death. A little bit more friendly to say golden gold, I guess. Ahead they go with it. Rangers block that one up nicely. Allie Barnett sends it back across the middle, just ricochets back to herself. Barnett forces it inside, and the Indians are going to swing it back out wide. Ferris Bradley tries to send it across the middle, broke up nicely that time by the Rangers. Is going to go out of bounds. No, we're going to get to it before it goes out of bounds. Great hustle across the way by Northwest.
That's Carolyn Riles. I'll tell you what, she had the game-tying goal, and she draws a foul there. Had the game-tying goal against Mississippi Gulf Coast on Friday to eventually help us win that match. Freshman did not start the first couple of games, but has really been awesome for us. Just a lot of hustle plays you don't see that show up in the box score. But she's won several balls today that's helped us keep possession.
Well, that one goes out of bounds. It'll belong to ICC. There's 8.5 to play here in the first of 2 possible overtimes. Breeze starting to blow here with the sun still baking down on the pitch this afternoon. Allie Barnett turns around, but quickly was swarmed by a pair of defenders from Northwest. Had a chance to make that one dangerous, then taken away by ICC. Great job there by Addison Meadows. Meadows just trying to make something happen here and then had it taken back. A lot of contact between both players.
They're letting a lot go. I mean, she had her by the waist, 2 hands around Podesky's waist, and no call.
So the ball now on the other side of the pitch. Northwest quickly reversing field. Going out wide now. Posted across the middle. Opportunity here. Going back out wide. Puts a foot on it. And that is wide. Haley McGill stretching out, just making sure that one wouldn't want to bounce back in on her.
I would have liked to seen Snyder dribble to the goal there. Not a defender in front of her, and she tried to have it go from about 15 yards. But still, some good pressure for Northwest early in the first overtime.
So ICC was looking to send it downfield. Northwest not giving them any options there. So this will be Jaggers with it. Going to drop it back. Northwest, to steal a basketball term, almost in a full court press defensively. ICC being very patient. Swings it out wide. This is Alex Stevens. Able to keep possession. Sends it ahead. Tries to find Mallory Scott. Ball just had a little bit too much break on it. Away from Scott. It goes out of bounds.
Not a bad idea there. Just putting one down in the corner.
See if you can't get a deflection by Northwest to set up a corner opportunity. Or just see if you can't get a break and maybe beat the defender downfield. 50-50 ball. Controlled by Northwest and back in the middle of the pitch. Nicely taken away that time, or I should say broken up by ICC, as Meadows nearly took that one away. Meadows again in the middle of everything. Causes some havoc. And there's Godden. Godden takes it away. Up the pitch they go to Barnett. Barnett adjusting, and they're going to call a foul.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Coach Strother's got a really good argument there. They had the advantage. The ball's down in the corner, and he calls it back here some 30 yards. That was definitely a tough call right there.
It's been the third time we've seen a play kind of just either two no calls and then that time a call hurting the Indians. So Jaggers will step into this one. Sends it down, and thought Barnett might have a chance, but it just sailed a little too far. If the ball would have been a little bit shorter, Barnett could have got a head into it, into that back corner, and possibility of sending this thing to an ICC victory. Either way it goes, the ball now goes back across the pitch. And it will belong to the Rangers of Northwest. Remind you, we do have the guys match coming up next here on Let'sGoICCTV.com, but we got to find a decision in this one. 5 minutes and 15 seconds to go in the first overtime. Two possible overtimes, as Northwest taking a whole lot of time, nearly 28 seconds before they toss that one in, and then they just lose it out of bounds. ICC tosses it in a hurry. This is Deanna Christie with it. Tries to send it ahead to Mallory Scott. Scott with it, and she's tackled.
And where's the foul going to be called is the question. Is it a PK?
And it looks like she was inside the box.
It is a PK. Wow.
So a PK coming in here, as she was just a step inside of the box there.
3, I believe, is going to take it for you.
Yes, this should be Mallory Scott coming up here. A chance for Scott to put this one away for the Indians.
A golden goal PK. Wow.
So Mallory Scott to step into it against one of the best defenders in the state. Scott puts a foot. Gets it in goal. The Indians get it on a golden goal PK opportunity. Mallory Scott with the win for the Lady Indians. Coming with 4:35 left, and ICC celebrating there a big-time division win. An extremely hard-fought match here between ICC and Northwest.
4th goal of the year for Mallory Scott, and a crushing loss for Northwest. If that foul is a foot further up the line, it's just a kick outside of the box, and a tough way to end it for your Northwest Ranger fans. But wow, what a match. It lived up to the billing and everything we expected it to be.
Absolutely. Your final score in this one, ICC 1, Northwest 0 in overtime off a golden goal by Mallory Scott there on a PK, as you said, Kevin, just a foot the other way. And we're still playing, basically.
It's a big goal and a big win for the home standing Itawamba Indians, and now get a chance for some men's action here coming up in approximately about 20 minutes when it's all said and done.
We're going to step away. We're going to break away from the broadcast after we hear a few words from our sponsors, and we'll be back with the men's action, as Kevin said, in about 20 minutes. So let's call it about 4:15 is when we'll be back here on Let'sGoICCTV.com. The women win it 1-0. Indians trying to complete the sweep of Northwest here in Fulton. Back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com.
Ever since you got that license, you haven't stopped moving forward. Now that you're older and on the move, you need a safer place to keep your money. We get it. A student checking account frees you up with